Okay, so first of all, those who are not maybe familiar with PureLink, we've been around for 22 years and counting. We were actually an engineering company fixing a lot of the issues in the industry, starting with HTTP key management. It's actually PureLink who solved using that in commercial and large scale deployments. Also, EDID management, that was something that we actually brought to market back in the very early 2000s. And there's many, many other innovations. So take a look at our timeline on our website. We're a very service-focused company. So while we have a lot of solutions, we also support you at every level, from design, engineering, all the way through, maintenance and support after sales. Okay. So I'm going to dive right in. We shouldn't really be too long today, but again, if you have questions, just write those out and we'll get to them. But the first products we're going to look at are dongle-based products, and these commonly might be used as, specifically the one I'm showing you right now, taking a laptop and integrating it with Dante audio networks. So you might want to take your laptop output and send it out to a Dante network, or you might want to take 2 channels of Dante audio into your laptop. Maybe you're recording, or maybe there's a meeting or presentation where you've got Dante audio coming in from another audio device in the system, maybe a codec or an audio mixer or something of that nature. But that is possible with this dongle. So that makes it quite easy to turn a laptop into an integrated networked audio device, both on the input and the output. Okay, and then there's situations where you might be in staging rental or live presentation or broadcast, or other scenarios where you've got, professional audio levels in analog systems where you either need to send them out to Dante or bring them in from Dante. In this case, the 002, this is taking Dante audio and then bringing it into an analog audio device, 2 channels. So you might be doing that, for example, in an audio mixing system, anywhere from house of worship to live events, concerts, and so on. The opposite of that would be taking audio out of an audio device, audio mixer, and so on, and sending it into the Dante network. So in this case, we provide you 2 channels of analog audio to convert and put out onto the Dante network. So this is very simple, easy to use stuff, by the way. It's practically plug and play, so keep that in mind. All right, so that is kind of the first set of application types where we use dongles, and then we have the rest of it's really install-based type products. So first up would be our 4 input, 4 output Dante interface with a complete suite of DSP, digital signal processing. So you'll see on the back side of this box, which is a half-width rack mount box, I've got 4 balanced inputs and 4 balanced outputs, and you can use them in an unbalanced situation as well. But it allows you to take 4 audio sources and bring them in, or 4 audio channels and bring them in and to the Dante network, and then also take 4 channels of Dante audio and bring them out to the analog world. You'll also see USB audio connector on the front, so you've got a couple more channels there of input and output, just like we had talked about, connecting maybe a laptop interface or something like that. Now, along with these 4 channels, you can also just run an additional 4 channels of input and 4 channels of output of Dante audio. So in that, it's not converted into or out of analog, it's just Dante audio channels, and I can run them through the DSP in this box. So that's a added feature that you'll find in each of these. So we start out with this 4 in, 4 out, and again, an additional 4 channels of Dante transmitter DSP and Dante receiver DSP. And then we also have a larger version, the 8x8. So now I can convert 8 Dante channels to analog out and 8 analog inputs to Dante. Otherwise, really the same product, just more I/O. And yet again, we go to even a larger analog interface where I can take 16 in and 16 out. Okay, so full suite of DSP. If you guys have any questions, just shout those out, but I'm assuming you're familiar with gain control and feedback control, compression, limiting, and you see parametric EQs here, and obviously trimming. All right, now we move towards from just, I/O conversion of analog to digital Dante network to Dante built into devices that you would commonly use in various applications. And in this case, collaboration, huddle rooms and conference rooms, presentation facilities, house of worship, and so on. We've got our 6 input by 1 output seamless 4K switcher. So before we get to the Dante part, we have 3 HDMI inputs on the main switch itself. You'll see HDMI 3, 4, and 5. And we have 2 USB-C inputs with built-in charging. So if you hook laptops with USB-C directly to this, not only will you have the video and the audio going out to the switch, but the switch will continuously charge those laptops. So you just have a single wire solution in that case. One of the nice things about this product is the remote receiver, which you see up top there. That's an HD-Base-T 3.0 4K 60 uncompressed receiver. And it has a local HDMI input on it. So if this is over by a display, and you've got the main switch near a bunch of other sources, you can have a local source by the display and connect that in. And you see there's a selector button on the front, but most commonly people are going to use control systems. You'll notice in the lower left corner of the slide, we've got our icon logo here. So we have a complete control automation system I'll mention near the very end. But you can control this switch with Crestron, AMX, Extron, and QSYS, and RT Control 4. There's many brands that can control this as well as our own. So commonly you'll be doing switching that way, but there is also an auto priority switching on this. So last input detected. So if somebody walks in and plugs in their laptop, you can have it set so that when that happens, their laptop comes on screen. You can shut that off as well. So in terms of the Dante side of it, I can bring in 2 channels of Dante audio and replace the audio from any of the inputs. So if I want to run that to the display, I can do that. I can also take the output audio. So whatever input I've selected to go to my output, I can also route that out to the Dante network and provide that to other devices like speaker amplifiers, recording devices, codecs, audio mixers, and so on. So it makes this switch, I would say, one of the most feature-rich and powerful presentation solutions on the market. So I would strongly recommend taking a look at this because it does fit many, many applications, and it makes all of those applications very feature-rich and easy to solve, any situation. Okay, so we've got AV over IP products. In particular, this model that we carry, the T450, is Dante-enabled. There's only a handful of those out there. So this is a really cool AV over IP product. Typically, you're just using AV over IP encoders and decoders to switch and distribute the signals that you put in to the encoder, come out decoders. But in the case of the T450, I can take the audio out of the encoder and I can send it to the Dante network. I can also take the audio that went into the decoder and send it out to the Dante network. So those are two different applications. If you've got a source that you just want available all of the time on the Dante network, you would take the audio from that encoder. And so that would just stay on the Dante network available at any time. Or maybe you want whatever audio is following the video to a display. So let's say you're switching encoders. So you're switching video and audio to a display. And you want to make sure whatever that source is on the display is going out to the Dante network. Then you would extract the audio from the decoder. So you can do either with the T450. I can also take Dante audio and I can insert it at the encoder. So maybe I want to replace that audio, and no matter where that encoder is set to, I could be set to one decoder or hundreds of decoders, that all of the decoders that are looking at that encoder are getting the Dante inserted audio. So really at the end of the day, what you should be getting from this is that you can do any possibility that fits your application. Whatever it is you need to do with audio inserting or extracting, we can handle all of that in the T450. You'll see that we've got 2 LAN ports on the encoder, so I can have Dante separated if I needed. I can do primary, secondary, and I also have USB-C input and HDMI input switchable on that encoder. So I've really got 2 inputs that I can switch, as well as an HDMI loop out for confidence monitoring or other uses. And you'll see we have a wall plate version of that as well. So in that case, I've got USB-C input and HDMI input on the wall plate, and I can either switch those inputs over the network with a control system, or I can use the button that is right on the wall plate to make that switch. On the decoder, because in practical use, it's far more common for displays to be dispersed in large distances. You have a choice of either connecting the decoder over CAT cable, or you can do SFP fiber, and that's 1G, by the way. So if you need to only go, about 330 some feet from the network switch, then CAT is sufficient. But if you need to go longer distances, you can use SFP multi-mode modules to go up to 1,800 feet, or you can use SFP single mode modules, and then you can go thousands of feet. So it's very flexible connectivity. Other places you'll find Dante in our product line, we have 2 cross-platform matrix product lines. Our Pure Media product line, that has been around for a very long time. So it's got a lot of accumulated time in the field and a lot of critical mission systems, anywhere from military to command centers, FEMA, Kennedy Space Center. There's lots of others, and many other applications, just from corporate whole building distribution to hospitals, entertainment venues, even cruise ships. In fact, Pure Media by far is the most used cross-platform matrix switch on cruise ships. And for those of you who are familiar with that environment, it's not a very pleasant place to put electronics. So it's a testament to Pure Media. Also, we're very prolific in the entertainment venues down in Orlando and whatnot. Okay, so it is possible to bring Dante into the switch and out of the switch using the cards that I'm showing you. So there's insertion extraction capabilities within Pure Media. Now this is a 4K 30 platform, which is still very popular. There's still a lot of source content that's either 1080p 60 or 4K 30. But if you need 4K 60, it's big brother, the Max 2. That is a 4K 60 platform, and we do provide Dante in that case. Now, there is a note that I don't have up here, is we usually provide 2 channels of insertion per input and 2 channels of extraction per output, up to a certain frame size on the Max 2. So if this is something you're interested, Dante audio inputs and outputs and large cross-platform matrix switches, contact us and we can talk to you about that. And we also have demo equipment, which I'm about to get into. So that is all the variants that we have of Dante, anywhere from dongles to rack mount IO boxes, presentation switching and cross-platform matrix switching, and AV over IP solutions. In the world of, the real world of applications, that covers virtually every scenario that you might have, from home theater to medical to cinema, entertainment, hospitality, presentation, collaboration, corporate, huddle room, conference rooms, command centers, and whole building distribution. So if anyone's not sure if their application's covered, please contact us. We're confident we can help guide you in the right direction. So the important wrap up here is that everything in our catalog is available in our test drive program, including everything that I've just showed you. Now, I intentionally put other stuff on this slide so it helps everybody be aware that PureLink has a lot of manufacturing power, and we do everything as you've seen in Dante, but we have an award-winning control automation system that just won Best of Show at Infocom. I really strongly recommend you come to the classes and learn about that, because the design drive behind Icon is to be able to do everything that you've needed from Crestron, AMX, and Crestron, and QSys, and Control4, and Savant, and Savvy, and you name it, but do it way easier, and also do it with less parts and less cost. And one thing I'm particularly sensitive to, because I have been a Crestron programmer, is after install maintenance or updates or upgrades to systems has and continues to be costly to the customer, and puts a level of strain on the resources of the installers and integrators. But the way Icon is designed, it makes it extremely easy to make any changes, and also just to program. So please come to those classes. We basically have invoked an English language programming approach, and a lot of the way you program Icon is with clicks of a mouse, so you don't even write much code. We got presentation switchers, extenders. We're the original company. Fiber, we've been doing fiber longer than anybody you can name. We have some of the best cameras out there. So again, take a look at our website, our full catalog. Something strikes your interest, just reach out to us and we'll let you try it out for 30 days. And if you want to keep it, we're obviously happy for you to do that. But either way, We stand behind our products to the point where we want you to experience the quality and support of PureLink. So just pick something and let us send it to you and give it a try. Okay? It's good to follow us. LinkedIn's really a great way to do that. If you go to our website, you can just put in your email and then you're on our email database. We send out news every week, and every month we send out a full newsletter. So I strongly encourage you to sign up or follow us. And we do random gift cards when people sign up, so that never hurt. And we got lots of videos on YouTube as well, so follow us on YouTube. Okay, so that concludes our time together today. Thanks for your time. Please come to the other classes and definitely take advantage of the test drive program. I hope to see you guys again. Thanks again. Have a good day. And that's it. Take care.